Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Friends, Dato and Tan Sri, ladies and gentlemen. Today we discuss about Saturday, November 12th, 2011 contribution to Pearls and Jam. Alone in the crowd, the power of Zikr. I was a wee bit uneasy last night, tossing about in bed, unable to sleep. 3 hours earlier, just back from a glittering Malay wedding reception held in a KL five-star hotel, sitting dinner and all. Guests resplendent in their best three-piece suit. Innumerable numbers of young people going upstage giving their glowing eulogies to the bride and groom. Served a fusion 10-course dinner, and finally a band and dance to top it all. A glittering event by any standard, an A1 Malaysia event par excellence. Could not pinpoint, was it the fusion dinner or was it the char kway teow with kerang that I had for lunch that's causing my tummy upset. Something was not right. Perhaps I'm getting too old for my age. Tossing in bed, and it was getting to 3 a.m. Still could not sleep. My handphone rang. A friend, a much junior medical colleague actually, in JB, rang to tell me that his dear father who was just admitted into the medical ward of General Hospital Johor Bahru for observation in the early evening, who had a recent onset chest pain, currently now suddenly collapsed at 1 a.m. in the general ward while under observation and now transferred to a CCU bed in coma. He was in coma. The dead was duly intubated and ventilated. Pulse was steady and BP on the floor at 60. Despite being on heroic measures of quadruple inotropes, that is intravenous heart muscle stimulants. Sounds to me like his dad had a massive heart attack followed by a cardiogenic shock. Otherwise, he won't be on quadruple inotropes, following too much muscle loss. Dismal prognosis from the sound of it. The Johor Bahru JB guys have lost that small and short window of opportunity to change the possible outcome. A primary infarct angioplasty and stenting earlier in the evening during the admission before the complete closure of the coronaries could have made all the difference. A common fallacy and mistake in being admitted for observation when really things are not really observed. Maximum modalities of medical treatment all up and situation still dismal. Doing too much now but too late. The bus has already left the terminal. Muscle loss from the infarct has occurred. All the Iblis Eve playing in my mind at 3 a.m. I consoled my junior friend, but told him that as it is now, situation sounded dismal. Please do not leave your dad. Have someone always reading the Yasin into his ears. He may not be able to hear it now because he's in coma, but his soul may. It sounds to me like it's a matter of hours before the old heart will pack up. I was not sure how this kind of advice rubbed on my friend, but at 3 a.m. that was the best I could offer, 400 kilometers away. The window of opportunity was already lost in the evening of observation. How people respond to your sincere and honest counsel is really query. In my experience, at the worst of time, it differs greatly from people to people, depending on their level of piety and ilmu, or rather their level of secularism and ignorance, for want of better thing. A perfect position and timing for the messenger to get shot. Could still recall an incident some 15 years earlier. A Tan Sri in his late 70s, not my regular patient, suddenly admitted with a massive heart attack. His third one actually. And shortly in the ward also had developed a stroke, a cerebral stroke. all modalities of possible treatment used up and to no avail. The old heart wanted to just go and stop beating. He was dying, full stop. I summarily called a meeting with close family members and told them the plan, that everything has been done and things are not working. I've run out of all plan. All that needs to be done has been done. Prognosis is dismal. We have reached the end of the road. Your dad is dying. Let him go gracefully. Let us do the Yasin bit, all to that effect, etc., etc. And family, after much discussion, accepted it calmly. All went okay. The old man died, surrounded by close families, and Alhamdulillah, I thought to myself, this is a typical ideal Muslim setting related to death. Prayer and all, with no ayah, 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 like some others do, no howling, etc., etc. 4 days later, 2 daughters and son, one a law student, another a budding young doctor, and a third a university lecturer, came barging into my outpatient consultation room and demanded an apology from me for using language inappropriate. Their mother utterly depressed because of that, according to them. I thought I was doing well, but my Malay must have been lousy. They get my apology right away. Just recently, I got a full frontal barrage from a Datuk and Datin friend of mine for reminding them that in death, oftentimes there is a relief. Their 90-plus mother was very sick and things was not going very well in a CCU of a top private hospital in Kuala Lumpur. I was anticipating the worst case scenario and preparing them emotionally. That was misconstrued. This is medical practice for you. It has its ups and downs. Even when you think you are doing right, you can be perceived to be wrong. With this sort of people, if you don't apologize readily enough, you could get a very hot lawyer's letter on your desk in no time. I put all this to our current lack of remembrance and radar. And on this aspect, let us all listen to Sheikh Al-Yaqubi's take on Zikr. Ladies and gentlemen, friends, Datuk and Tan Sri, let us enjoy him.